welcome back. I'm Dylan Black as we celebrate International Women's Day. She is a CEO of her own company. I'd say that's pretty darn impressive. Joining us right now, it's Tonya Bruin, the CEO of To Do Done Renovations and Handyman Services. Nice to have you back on the show.
Thanks, Dylan. Nice to see you again.
We're going to get into the What If Fund. You're launching this in moments, but for those who haven't seen you on the show before, tell us what you're all about. What is To Do Done Renovations all about?
Well, we're sort of a full capacity renovation and handyman service. So we do anything from basement renovations to little service calls. We service all kinds of different retail spots like Lululemon, Bridgehead, the National Gallery of Canada, but we also service many different residential clients across Ottawa.
The National Gallery of Canada.
Yes, yes.
Pretty decent client to have on board.
Absolutely. Actually, we've been working with them extensively for the last couple of years, and they always keep us busy. I've got a couple of my team there today.
Really?
So yeah, almost every day we're there. There's lots of things to do at the National Gallery. There's always things changing there, so it's always fun and exciting, and it just shows the diversity and talents of my staff too. So
how big is the staff at this point?
We've got about 10 people on in our core team, and then we've got electricians, plumbers, and some people who we pull in for specialized projects. And we work with other companies who specialize in things like HVAC. So we don't do HVAC, but we have a company that we work with that does that.
Okay.
That kind of thing, so.
And the business hasn't been around for very long, has it?
Oh, it's been 3 years.
3 years.
So
but still,
yeah,
that's pretty
it's still
impressive
fairly
to
new.
get these big name clients on board.
Yes, definitely. I mean, it helps to be. I've really focused on making sure that our administration is very strong, so that we can respond very quickly to, especially commercial clients who need something done very quickly, need a quick response time, and sometimes don't have very big jobs, but we'll say yes to the small jobs, and they often lead to bigger jobs. Okay. So.
Now you're doing something amazing for our community. It's the What If Fund. Helping out people basically is what you're doing, but give us the gist here.
The gist is really that I mean, I've always felt passionate about giving back, and running my own company now for 3 years, I've seen a lot of need out there, and I decided that I wanted to put aside 1% of my revenue and put that into a fund so that we can respond to people who have, are in a crisis, have a need in their home that they need somebody to respond to very quickly, and that they don't have the money for it. So. This is for homeowners who, as I said, are in a crisis of some sort. Yeah. And we can respond because we have the expertise, we have the team that can do the work. So it's not just like a crowdfunding and then they have to go find someone to do the work. We can actually do the work for them. Something
must have inspired this inside you to do this.
Definitely. There was, to be honest, there's a lot of the inspiration came from my my late father-in-law, who, he passed away, but he left such a legacy of a meaningful impact on the people that he touched in his life. And when I started thinking about developing a fund, originally I called it the Impact Fund because I really wanted to develop a meaningful impact. But it changed names to the What If Fund because when I thought about who is this fund meant for? It's meant for those people who are struggling with, like, what if I can't make my mortgage payment? What if I don't have enough to put food on the table because I have this plumbing issue I need to deal with? So really I started thinking about those questions that people struggle with. And it always came back to what if? And then what if there was a fund that you could apply to that could make this plumbing issue go away and we could still make that next mortgage payment? So that was kind of the idea.
I was hanging on to every word you said there. I just think that that's such a wonderful thing for you to do. So you mentioned who can apply basically, or you gave us a gist there as well.
So
but let's be more specific because I just want to make sure the right people are applying.
Exactly. It does need to be a homeowner. I don't want landlords to be applying, or I don't want people who are renting a space because landlords are legally responsible for taking care of those spaces. But it's so a homeowner who basically is in a crisis. They have something in their home that they need help with. So, for example, it may be a ramp that needs to be built because there's a sudden injury or illness that is prohibiting a family member from making it just inside their front door. Just building a ramp maybe modifying a bathroom so that a family can stay in place when there's a medical issue happening. It may be a repair of pipes, or repairing mold, or a flooding issue or something that happens suddenly, but also that there's somebody who's in a state of crisis.
Okay. So what would the cost be? How much work are you able to put in? Because you only have so much cash yourself. So
exactly.
How much would
well,
the
what we
limit be?
hope to do is fund an entire project. So it depends on who comes forward and what their needs are. Some needs are going to be fairly basic. It might be a $500 fix. Some needs will be more extensive. It might be a $5,000 or a $10,000 fix.
Okay.
In which case, I would really start to leverage some partnerships. I have great partnerships with different suppliers and different providers, service providers in Ottawa.
Okay, so I don't want to run out of time here, because I think that's very important. So if anybody's watching here who would like to partner with you, that's very important for starters, and for people to apply, because you're hoping to be able to fund a whole bunch of different projects.
Yes.
So what's the cutoff for the application?
You know what, it's going to be a rolling fund. Anytime somebody has a project, they can come to us and put in their information on our website, and we will continuously be looking at applications. At the same time, I'm hoping to do a fairly short-term project, so I am really encouraging people to apply by March 16th, at which point in the next 10 days we would choose a project and then do it. ToDoDone.com. Yes, ToDoDone.com.
Tonya Bruin, thank you very much for being here.
Thanks so much, Dylan.
More coming up. Julie.